Om Shanti. Welcome to Midday Meditation, our opportunity to discover the inner place of wisdom, of peace, of silence, the place of our values and our truth, even. Each week, we have a theme that we use for exploring the inner world because we have to have some kind of a structure. If you were a scientist and you were going to do an experiment, you have a structure for what you're going to look for and how you're going to record that and what you're going to do with it. So we're kind of like scientists. And actually, one of my very first teachers back in the 80s told me that meditation is conducting experiments on the self. You are the scientist and you are the laboratory. So this is what we do when we dive into the inner world. And our theme for this week, because we're entering into the shortest day of the year, so it's a time of not very much daylight, a lot of darkness, and also it's cold. And so it's traditionally a season of solitude. And we want to look at the power of solitude because in the nice weather, when we're active and we're outside, it brings the attention outside of the self. I'm focused on the outside world, and that's enjoyable usually. But in the wintertime, we're less active, we're slower, and we naturally spend more time inside of our heads. Now, if the space inside my head, if my mind is not healthy, then spending all that time inside my head can either make me depressed or it can make me agitated. But actually, it's a wonderful opportunity for self-discovery and for increasing the powers that I have over my consciousness and exploring new facets of my inner world, new virtues that I might be able to develop. So this is really the opportunity that exists for us in this time of darkness. And this is what we're going to pay attention to today. In general, this week we'll look at the powers of solitude, various ways that we can develop the powers of solitude. And our topic for today is going to be using this power to silence the mind. Raja Yoga, which is the type of meditation that we practice, loosely translated means self-mastery. So we want the mind to be active sometimes, but the mind is in the habit of thinking all the time. And if we don't have activities to pull us away from that endless chatter of the mind, what do? We use the power of the self to silence, to quiet the mind. And this is what we're going to practice together today, silencing the mind, not through force, but through inviting the mind into the very enjoyable and nourishing state of silence. To begin with, take a few deep, easy breaths. As you do that, watch the air enter and leave the lungs. Notice how slow and easy the breath is, how light the breath is. Paying attention to the breath is kind of one step between watching the outside world and the inner world. So we have to be prepared to look for something in the inner world. Otherwise, we'll think there's nothing there. So we're watching the breath, which we actually can't see, but we can with our mind's eye. You're watching the breath go in and out of the lungs. You're noticing how quiet and easy the breath is. So now you're using these tools of consciousness that will help you silence the mind. We want to have thoughts, but we don't want to have wasteful thoughts. Fewer wasteful thoughts. As you exhale, let the body relax. As you exhale, let the mind relax. Let the mind become more quiet. You can continue to watch the breath. This is kind of like bringing my awareness to some activity of the outside world, which stops the mind from thinking so much. The breath is kind of halfway between the self and the outside world. Bring your awareness now to the little being of light that you are, the eternal soul, like a tiny sparkling star behind the forehead. Now focus all of your awareness on this point of light. Now we're entering the metaphysical realm. We can't see the soul, but we can understand. And the third eye is the eye of understanding. I am the peaceful soul living in this body. I can make the body do all kinds of things, but also I, the soul, have many abilities, consciousness. I can use my mind, or I can let my mind rest. And just as the body needs sleep, the mind needs periods of silence. Let your mind feel like a little room of light. So imagine yourself looking into your mind, and the mind is a little room of light. Like soft, filtered sunlight, bright and at the same time soft. And that sunlight is pouring into the mind and filling the mind with very soft, gentle, subtle, golden light. A visualization is like a thought. Only a visualization is a thought that we can hold on to for a little while. And when we say silence the mind, we don't want a blank mind, but we want a visualization that makes the mind relaxed and comfortable and that we can hold on to for a little while. Now see yourself invisibly in this little room of light. And this light is warm, comfortable, quiet. Enjoy the light. Within this light, I notice the vibration of peace. And this light is making me peaceful. Within this light is the vibration of love. And noticing this vibration, I feel loved. Within this soft golden light is the vibration of joy. And I feel completely content, nothing I want, everything is fine, I'm good. Within this soft golden light is the vibration of purity. I have no regrets. I'm fine with myself. I'm happy with myself right now. I'm good. I'm awake. I'm aware. All these healing, nourishing lights all coming together in this room. So much light that I can share it. I fill myself with this light, and then silently I radiate this light out into the world. I radiate a light that is peaceful, and loving, joyful, pure. And I'm completely content with the world at this moment. Only loving feelings towards the world at this moment. Nothing to think about, nothing to question. I'm radiating the golden light of the inner room of my mind. As I radiate this light, I notice there is an invisible presence within my little room of light, a perfectly peaceful being who makes no disturbance in my room, but who is also radiating all of these energies of my room. A being who is perfectly peaceful, a being who's perfectly loving, a being who is ever joyful, and whose thoughts and feelings are completely pure. And so the intensity of the light is increasing. And as the room, my little inner room, gets filled with even more light, I become even more comfortable and easy. I'm protected and cared for. I'm blessed. I can completely relax. There's no need to think. I just observe the peace and love and ease of this place. There's no place on earth as comfortable and relaxing as this place, this golden room of my mind. It's the most special place. It's my personal special place. In this place, I am strong and yet gentle. I'm flexible and yet clear. I'm aware and yet relaxed. I'm detached and yet loving everything I'm experiencing because I'm experiencing myself, the eternal soul. What a remarkable being I am. I live in a golden palace of light. and I fill my palace with beautiful thoughts and feelings. I have the most wonderful companion. This room is always available to me. It's mine. I can come and go as I please. And now I'm going to bring my awareness back into the material world, the outside world, which is very different. And I make a note to myself that while I'm engaged in the outside world, I'm also aware of the inner world. And if I have a few moments, instead of letting my mind wander and possibly getting into trouble, instead of that, I call my awareness back into the room of golden light. Om Shanti. Your blessing for today: you move through life with such determination, courage, and faith that success must race to keep up with you.
One more time.
You move through life with such determination, courage, and faith that success must race to keep up with you. Thank you all for joining. See you tomorrow. Om Shanti.